Welcome to Iconic Patented Toys. Volume 2 includes patent illustrations and summaries for 20 famous toy patents, including Rubik's Cube, Slinky, Twister, etc. Let's begin. The paddle ball, a simple yet enduring toy, dates back to the early 20th century and gained popularity in the 1930s and 1940s. Consisting of a small wooden or plastic paddle with a rubber ball attached by an elastic string, the goal is to hit the ball repeatedly. The toy was mass-produced by companies like the Flyback Company, which trademarked paddleball in 1940 and helped make it a dime store staple. Its low-cost, portability, and challenge appealed to both children and adults. Paddleball contests and trick demonstrations became common, showcasing impressive skill. Over time, it has been produced in countless colors and designs, remaining a nostalgic symbol of simple, skill-based play that continues to entertain across generations. The pogo stick, patented in 1919 by George B. Hansberg, is a spring-powered device that lets users bounce off the ground for fun, exercise, or performance. Legend says Hansberg was inspired by a Burmese girl, using a similar contraption to traverse rocky terrain. His early wooden and metal design featured a handle, footrests, and a central spring, quickly becoming popular with kids and adults. By the mid-20th century, stronger materials like aluminum and steel, enclosed springs, and better grips improved safety and durability. The 1970s brought pneumatic models and the rise of extreme pogo sports with high jumps and tricks. Today, pogo sticks come in styles for all ages, blending play and stunt performance while retaining their classic appeal. Mr. Potato Head, launched by Hasbro in 1952, was the first toy advertised on TV. The original Mr. Potato Head kit contained various plastic parts like eyes, ears, noses, and mouths, and other accessories. Children would push these parts into real fruits or vegetables to create their humorous characters. In 1964, Hasbro introduced a durable plastic potato body, boosting safety and design possibilities. Over the decades, new characters like Mrs. Potato Head and pop culture tie-ins, especially his role in Toy Story, kept the brand fresh. Updated to reflect cultural shifts, including a 2021 rebrand to Potato Head for gender inclusivity, the toy has remained a beloved classic that fosters imagination, motor skills, and endless character creation. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, introduced in 1964 by the Marx Toy Company, is a two-player mechanical boxing game featuring the Red Rocker and Blue Bomber. Players use levers to throw punches, aiming to knock his block off by popping the opponent's head. Born during the 1960s fascination with robots and space-age tech, it combined competitive play with satisfying, hands-on action. Despite Marx's later decline, the game endured through reissues, now produced by Mattel. Updated designs have appeared, but the core gameplay remains unchanged. A pop culture icon referenced in films and TV, Rock'em Sock'em Robots continues to entertain generations, celebrated for its simple mechanics, nostalgic charm, and enduring spirit of playful competition. The Rubik's Cube, invented in 1974 by Hungarian architect Erno Rubik, began as a teaching tool for 3D geometry and spatial awareness. Originally called the Magic Cube, it featured 26 smaller cubes on a rotating mechanism, each face covered in one of 6 colors. Patented in 1975 and licensed to Ideal Toy Corp. In 1980, it was rebranded as the Rubik's Cube and became a global sensation. With over 43 quintillion possible configurations, it sparked books, guides, and the first World Championship in 1982. Popularity dipped in the late 80s but resurged in the 2000s with online tutorials, competitions, and speed cubing. Now a cultural icon, it continues to inspire art, math, and engineering, symbolizing creativity, challenge, and problem-solving. The Ryder BB gun is closely tied to the Daisy Manufacturing Company. In 1888, Daisy introduced its first air rifle, inspired by a wooden and metal prototype created by Clarence Hamilton. The gun quickly gained popularity as a youth training and recreational shooting tool. The Ryder name, referencing the Ryder family associated with early Daisy leadership, became linked to certain models in the mid-20th century, most notably the Daisy Red Ryder, introduced in 1940. Branded after the fictional cowboy hero Red Ryder, it became an American icon, celebrated for its enduring role in popular culture, especially through its appearance in the holiday classic A Christmas Story. Today, Ryder BB guns remain popular for sport, collecting, and nostalgia. Simon Says began as a simple verbal children's game with roots tracing back centuries in England, where players follow commands only if prefaced by the phrase Simon Says. In 1978, Milton Bradley transformed the concept into an electronic memory game simply called Simon. Created by Ralph H. Baer and Howard J. Morrison, the handheld device featured 4 colored pads that lit up and played tones in sequences players had to repeat, each round growing longer and more complex. The combination of sound, light, and memory challenge made it a late 70s sensation and a lasting classic. Over the decades, Simon has been reissued in various shapes, sizes, and digital forms, remaining a popular test of concentration and recall for all ages. Skip It was introduced by Tiger Electronics in 1989. Designed as both a game and a form of exercise, it featured a plastic hoop worn around one ankle, connected to a short tether with a weighted ball that rolled on the ground. Players swung the ball in a circular motion while hopping over it with the opposite foot, aiming to keep it going without tripping. A built-in counter on later models tracked the number of skips. Marketed heavily on television with a catchy jingle, Skip It became a staple of schoolyards and driveways. Its simple design promoted coordination, rhythm, and active play. While popularity waned in the 2000s, Skip It remains a nostalgic symbol of 90s childhood and a reminder of the era's trend toward energetic, screen-free toys. The Slinky, invented in the early 1940s by naval engineer Richard James, was born from an accident when a torsion spring fell and walked across the floor. Inspired, James and his wife Betty developed the toy, naming it Slinky for its smooth, sinuous motion. With $500, they produced 400 units, debuting it at Gimbals in 1945, selling out in 90 minutes. Its simple physics and ability to walk downstairs made it a post-war American icon. Variations followed, but the classic metal version remained most loved. After Richard left in the 1960s, Betty led the company for decades, keeping the toy affordable and popular. Inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame in 2000, the Slinky endures as both a cultural symbol and a playful way to explore physics. The Slip and Slide, a backyard summer staple, was invented in 1961 by Robert Carrier, an upholsterer from California. Carrier got the idea after seeing his son slide down their wet, painted driveway. He sewed together a long sheet of vinyl, attached a garden hose to one side, and punched holes to spray water across the surface. Carrier licensed the design to Wham-O, which began selling it in 1961 under the name Slip and Slide. The original was 15 feet long and quickly became a hit for its simple, high-energy fun. Over the years, the design expanded with longer lengths, splash zones, and double lanes for racing. The Slip and Slide remains a beloved symbol of carefree summer play, blending water, speed, and laughter in backyards for generations. Slot car racing became a major hobby in the late 1950s and 1960s. The slot car uses a small electric motor powered through metal strips in a grooved track, or slot, which also guides the car. Early electric sets by companies like Scalextric in the UK and Aurora in the US brought realistic, customizable race cars to homes and clubs. By the mid-1960s, commercial slot car tracks and competitions boomed worldwide, with enthusiasts tuning cars for speed and handling. Although the craze cooled in the 1970s, slot cars evolved with better materials, digital controls, and themed sets tied to real racing series. They remain popular today with both collectors and racers, combining model craftsmanship, competition, and the thrill of miniature racing. The Speak and Spell, introduced by Texas Instruments in 1978, was a groundbreaking educational toy that taught children spelling through interactive play. It was the first consumer product to use a single-chip voice synthesizer, allowing it to speak words in a recognizable human-like voice. Users would hear a word, then type it on the built-in keyboard. The device provided feedback on accuracy. Designed by a Texas Instruments team led by Gene France, it combined learning with cutting-edge technology. Over the years, various versions and languages were released. Its futuristic design and distinctive voice made it a cultural icon, even appearing in the film E.T. Today, the Speak and Spell is remembered as a pioneer in electronic learning toys. Stretch Armstrong, introduced by Kenner in 1976, became famous for his incredible ability to stretch up to 4 times his original size and return to shape. The toy featured a latex rubber skin filled with a thick gel-like corn syrup mixture that allowed for its unique elasticity. Marketed as a muscular superhero figure, Stretch was part of the 1970s trend toward action-oriented, interactive toys. He spawned variations like Stretch Monster and Stretch X-Ray. Though production ceased in the mid-1980s, nostalgia brought multiple reissues starting in the 1990s, including modern versions with updated materials. Stretch Armstrong remains a pop culture icon, symbolizing hands-on imaginative play and the simple joy of a classic toy hero. The Super Soaker, one of the most popular water toys of all time, was invented in 1989 by Lonnie Johnson, a former NASA engineer. Originally called the Power Drencher, it used an innovative pressurized air system to shoot powerful streams of water far beyond the reach of traditional squirt guns. Licensed to Laramie Corporation, the toy was rebranded as the Super Soaker in 1991. Its colorful design and impressive range made it an instant hit. Throughout the 1990s, new models introduced larger tanks, multiple nozzles, and pump-action firing dominating summertime play. After Hasbro acquired Laramie in 1995, the brand expanded globally. Super Soakers remain a staple of outdoor fun, blending engineering ingenuity with the thrill of epic water battles. Tinker Toys, introduced in 1914 by stonemason Charles H. Peugeot and partner Robert Pettit, became a classic construction toy. Inspired by children playing with pencils, sticks, and spools, Peugeot created wooden rods and spools that could be connected to build endless structures. Initially met with skepticism, the toy took off after elaborate holiday window displays in Chicago captured public imagination. Sold in distinctive tube-shaped containers, Tinker Toys encouraged creativity, problem-solving, and spatial skills. Over the decades, the sets evolved with more colors and safety updates, eventually being acquired by Hasbro. Still used in homes and classrooms for STEM learning, Tinker Toys remain a timeless symbol of imaginative, hands-on play. Transformers, launched by Hasbro in 1984, originated from Japanese toys by Takara featuring vehicles and objects that transformed into robots. Hasbro licensed and rebranded them, partnering with Marvel Comics to create a storyline of the Autobots battling the evil Decepticons. The toy's innovative transforming gimmick, combined with the animated TV series and comic books, made them an instant hit. Throughout the 1980s, Transformers expanded into new characters, playsets, and combiners, becoming a cultural phenomenon. While popularity dipped in the 90s, reboots like Beast Wars revived the brand. The 2007 live-action film series reignited global interest. Today, Transformers remain an enduring fusion of engineering, storytelling, and nostalgia. Twister, created by Charles Foley and Neil Rabbins and released by Milton Bradley in 1966, uses a plastic mat with colored circles and a spinner to direct players' hands and feet, often tangling them together. Originally called Pretzel, it faced early criticism as sex in a box due to its physical closeness. Its breakthrough came after Johnny Carson played it with Eva Gabor on The Tonight Show. Twister became a party favorite, valued for breaking the ice and creating laughter. Over the years, it has seen many variations, from glow-in-the-dark to music-based editions. Inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 2015, Twister remains a cultural icon, proving that a simple physical game can bring people together across generations. The Viewmaster, introduced at the 1939 New York World's Fair by Sawyer's Incares of Portland, Oregon, was a stereoscopic viewer that displayed 3D images on paper discs. Invented by William Gruber, a photographer and organ maker, it used Kodachrome color film to present 7 pairs of images per reel, viewed through a handheld device. Initially marketed as an educational tool and travel aid, it gained popularity for its vivid, lifelike scenes. In the 1950s, Viewmaster expanded into children's entertainment, producing reels featuring Disney characters, TV shows, and movies. Over the decades, it changed hands from GAF to Tyco, Mattel, and Fisher-Price. The Viewmaster remains a nostalgic icon of visual storytelling and early 3D entertainment. The classic wheeled toy telephone, best known as the Fisher-Price Chatter telephone, was introduced in 1961 and quickly became a preschool favorite. It featured a friendly face, a rotary dial, a handset, and 4 wheels, allowing children to pull it along with a string. As it rolled, the eyes moved and it made a distinctive chatter. Created during a time when rotary phones were household staples, it helped children mimic adult behaviors in play. Over the years, the Chatter telephone has been updated with brighter colors, safer materials, and electronic sounds, yet its basic design remains the same. Still in production today, it stands as a nostalgic symbol of early childhood play and one of Fisher-Price's most enduring and recognizable toys. The wiffle ball was invented in 1953 by David N. Mullaney. Seeking a safe, lightweight ball his 12-year-old son could use without breaking windows, Mullaney created a hollow plastic ball with 8 oblong perforations on one side. These holes allowed pitchers to throw dramatic curves and sliders with ease, while keeping the ball slow and safe for confined spaces. Named after the baseball slang, whiff, meaning a strikeout, the wiffle ball quickly gained popularity for its unique flight and accessibility. It became a staple of neighborhood games, requiring minimal equipment and space. Over the decades, it has inspired organized leagues, tournaments, and a devoted fan base. The wiffle ball remains an iconic symbol of casual, family-friendly play. Thank you for watching our video. You can see illustrations and histories of 20 more historic patented toys in Volume 1.